Alright guys, this is the Necro training video. WvW basics is just what to do on a raid, what build to use, so on and so on. Right. I'll go through the weapon skills, the traits, the sigils. The stats will be in the build that I post in the description. All that stuff. Alright, start. Weapon skills. The staff is your main weapon, main damage weapon. So firstly the auto attack it's alright. It's not AoE but it's like lightning for Ellie. It hits and bounces around a bit. First one is Mark of Blood. This is quite useful for allies going in first. It's only a bleed in, it doesn't give that much damage, but it gives everyone regen. It's in it at the same time it blasts. So just keep an eye out for that. It's like any in the clash, in the crunch, whatever you want to call it. Throw that on it. Give our allies a regen. This one, Chill Planes, 16 seconds. Bit more damage, but it gives two conditions, poison and chill. What I'd suggest for this is when they're on the restack, everyone's restacking, you throw that on the enemy restack, they'll be well fucked. They can't block it, they can't dodge it, they're restacking, but they've got poison and 33% decrease in their healing effectiveness, so their restack will be 30% less. Number 4 is the main damage one. About 2k damage I'd say, in a normal environment. About 2k damage on each player. Obviously the fear mark, quite nice. That's it for staff. Staff's because you've got so many options on the Necro, so many damage options. Staff is not that used often, but it's always available. Like all skills, you've got a lot of skills available. It's mainly damage class. The weapons I take are scepter and dagger, mainly because I don't use it that often. I don't need to use it that often, so I give a bit of weakness to the enemy. Mainly conditions these weapons, but we see weakness for the enemy is good, and the cripple is good, and it's AoE. That's all I really care about. It's only when I'm like don't really need to use it, so I just throw it in there. That's it for weapon skills. I'll go through the Death Shroud in seconds. The wells and the healing. Healing is consume conditions. On the outsides, you're not getting that condition clearance the melee train's getting, so you're gonna have to take a bit of your own. Ellies are clearing their own conditions like, all the time, so it's fine. The wells, there's 2 damage wells, which is Suffering and Corruption. No, Suffering is the main damage well. Corruption is another one, less one. I take Well of Darkness as well. Nice bit of blinds. Quite nice, all dark fields, so remember your combo fields. Dark one gives blindness as well, which I'll show in a second. I'll throw this one on first. Nice bit of blindness, everyone around. It's not a lot of damage, well it's no damage, but these two wouldn't add up to it. So I just throw these wells down, a lot of damage, see it down there. And you throw that one down, it's a blast, blinds them as well, and it's a insane amount of damage. See, all the golems are dead like straight away. No other class can do that. So that's the wells. Each pulse gives an extra damage. They're unblockable because we've traded towards it. Plague is our elite skill, or we take Lich form. I'll show you both. Firstly, Death Shroud. Don't worry about the recharge and the stability. I'll show you for that in traits in a second. Life transfer, high damage. usually does about 3k to anyone. The life blast is a lot high damage as well, and it, well, yeah, just a lot of damage. Tainted shackles, it's not that great. Does keep a nice bit of immobilize, but torment's not that great because you're not conditioned for power. Doom, bit of fear, it's quite nice. I haven't seen this one used a lot. Number 2, if you send that, it teleports you to it. Quite useful. But I'm telling about the options. You got the staff, you got the wells, and you got the death shroud, and you got your elite. This is the rotation. It's very different to be honest. It's very personal again, like the Ellie. It's not a set rotation like the melee train. Plague. It gives bleeding and poison, blindness and poison, and cripple, weakness and poison. Both these two are great. We don't need the bleeding, but the blindness is really good. I think most Necros would take the blindness. So just remember when the plague is up, people being blinded. Sigils and well, the runes, like the Ellie, we don't take set up rune. We've maybe just on the builds I've got, we've just we got orbs. We usually take Knight's orbs, get a bit of extra precision. It's a lot better than any rune we can find. Some take the rune of the Traveller, but that's like a rune. It's if they're not around for the swiftness. Sigils, Sigil Fire for the staff, nice bit of extra AoE, and stamina again obviously. Noting a pattern there, stamina on the second weapon, and endurance on the second weapon. In case you need to dodge. Just a note, most people take Axe and Warhorn, or Dagger and Warhorn, or Dagger and Focus. Just play around with the secondary weapons, but Staff your main one, just focus on Staff for now. Traits, I'll go into traits. So obviously again it's not a guild v guild raid build, it's a world v world build, because we're traded towards healing when we kill a foe. Every 5 seconds when a foe dies you get 1000 health. Very nice. Minor trait for this one, it's not great, it's bleed. We don't even use bleed that often. But it's Wells ground targeting. We take this because we don't want to be right in the middle of the fight. We want maximum damage and maximum survivability. We don't want to take extra toughness and jump into the middle of the ring to put a well down. We can just sit back and throw wells down wherever. See all that damage. Second one, gain toughness while you're in Death Shroud. It's very nice actually. Death Shroud's used quite often. Recharge charge on staff. What am I saying? Reduce charge on staff, 20%. Also really nice. Blah, 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 blah. Let's read that. This actually works on marks. It says marks, but it says wells as well. Actually works on wells. You notice the wells get bigger and unblockable. Without it, it's not. Yeah, so that's pretty decent. Anyone try to block through it or block through the fear or block the well, they can't. Keep the extra damage. The wells are bigger, marks are bigger, less chance of going around it. Power based on toughness. Obviously, I think the build's mostly Knights armor, Knights and Zerka, or a bit of Knights and Valkyrie. Necros have a high HP pool, so you don't really need that much of PvT, sorry. Nothing on this one. Don't really need it. 6 on Soul Reaping. This is where we're traded to Death Shroud. Life force drains 50% slower. So when you're in Death Shroud, it's 50% slower drain. It only takes you don't really have to watch out for the damage you take. Or the trait gain life force, increase effectiveness 10%. Again, just this is a life force. Keep getting that 10% faster. Special armor, you get down to 50%. You gain protection. Or if you don't know what whatever it is, special armor does. Each time you take a hit, you get life force. You get protection, and it's a break stun. Reduce on death shroud, 30%. Obviously it's 6 cooldown now. Really nice. 3 seconds, actually 4 seconds of stability, and a 6% cooldown. God, Necros don't need stability ever. Strength and undead. Blah 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 blah. More damage, life force you hold. Threshold 5%. So above 50% life force, you get plus 5% damage. Gain stability when enter a death shroud. That's what we're on about. 4 seconds of stability, 6-second recharge. You should never need stability as a Necro. That's it for the traits. You can replay it if you wanna go through them again. But unlike any other class, Necro is well, it's solo. You don't have to rely on anyone. You don't have to no one relies on you, to be honest. You can just free to do damage. AoE damage. Say if they're pushing in here, about to push in, pop that, they get regen. Say if you're number 3, maybe pop a fear mark. Blah blah blah. If it's a good pull, and it's a good damage in that area, then obviously pop your wells. Do that damage in that area if they've pulled them in, if they're hammer stunning, and if they're really controlled in that area, then it's fine. If not, just I'd save your wells because they are a long cooldown. Moving around. Keep popping that number 2. Based on the situation, you can either go to Death Shroud, damage a lot through here. Obviously stay out, it's got quite a long range, 600 range, so you don't have to be right in the middle of the fight. I see a lot of Necros going like right into the middle to try and do it, and it's just stupid. Obviously, if we go into the restack here, if you need healing, get onto it. But if not, just use that number 3 skill. Say they're restacking over there. Use that number 3 skill. They're all poison. They can't do any healing. When we're about to push back in, I'll use your Well of Darkness. Blind them. Make sure they can't hit our guys. And if it calls for it, switch to Plague. Blind them more. Just make sure they can't attack. You've done a lot of damage. They're really low. Just make sure we're not getting attacked now. Blind them, blind them, blind them. Enough of that. Yeah, you'll see a lot of cooldowns off. I'm lagging a bit, but you do a lot of damage. Do a lot of nice stuff with this. Just see how much damage you're doing. This is just probably about the same venom average damage from the build, about 3k. I'll get some cooldowns off and I'll go for it a bit faster. Lich form. I might go through it in a minute. See. General rotation that I would usually use. I'll be coming in with the melee train. I pop our mark for him. I do that. Pop number 4 down. Do a bit of damage. Fear a few people if they're trying to do a lot of damage. I'd see how the control is doing there. See how many we've got controlled. Say if there's a good lot controlled, I'd pop my wells down. I'd do a lot of damage. I might have saved my number 4 skill. Do a lot of damage in there. Pop to Death Shroud. Do a bit more damage from the outside. While they're restacking, I'd pop out. Button on my number 3 on their restack. Blind them for when we're coming back in. Talk to my Plague if I had it ready. A bit more damage from the Death Shroud. Marks. Before swapping into Death Shroud again. fear 'em. Use all my skills really. Pop out a death shroud. Depending what secondary weapon you've got, I'd cripple them. Put a bit of weakness on them. All blinded, all weaked. It's just conditions. Yeah, against a non-good guild, but a weaker guild is really effective. Against a stronger guild with condition clearance, your job would be very more difficult. It'd be just damage really. Your conditions won't be as effective, because as you see in Guardian and Warrior videos, they're clearing it all the time. I can show you the Lich form. I'll swap it out. Unlike the Plague, the Lich form is it's a beacon really. Everyone avoids plagues, probably because of the name, but the Lich form, you turn into a big green monster and everyone fucking attacks you because you're different. There's a lot of racism in this game. Or I can't get out of combat. Alright. I'm gonna have to do this quick. Pop Lich form. The auto attack is really high damage. Really high damage. 4k. It should be about 4k anyway. Mark of Death. Area of Vulnerability. Really nice. This is chill and knockback. This is where you summon like a lot of minions, and with the trait you get a bit more toughness. Spectral Claws, high damage, good range. Another mark basically, just high damage. The auto attack, keep auto attacking. It does chain forward, so like in a chain, a lot of high damage. To go through that again is your auto attack is really high damage. You put on vulnerability, area vulnerability. You can knock back anyone trying to get to you with chill 'em. You can summon a load of minions just for the lore, and you can use 5 for a bit more area damage. Lich form is basically damage rather than blind, but you are big and green and doing a lot of damage, and good guilds and good thieves will recognise that. They'll be on you straight away, so be careful when you're using it. That's it for Necros. Obviously, I can't name again. PM me if you need anything. Thanks for watching.